Hey, Tony Bianco here. Here's a great thought to meditate on for today. Great leaders are first great followers. Oh, I love that one. Great leaders are first great followers. If you look through leadership all throughout the period of history, you will see that behind every great leader, they first started out as a great follower. Now we see this great example when you look at in the England, the knights and also the squires. In order for a squire to become a knight, he first had to serve the leader. No matter where you look at throughout history, every great leader was always defined by who they followed, by how they followed. And this is such an important point because this is the great thing about leaders is that leaders are humble, leaders are submitted, and this is what I love the best, leaders are meek. Now you go, what do you mean by meek? Now we always traditionally think that meek means the meek shall inherit the earth in the sense of I'm quiet, I'm feeble, I'm weak. We think meek as weak. In some ways we even think of meek as unteachable. But the greatest example that I ever heard about meekness was simply this. There was this pastor, as I was driving through the country, he shared this story about how when you're training a horse and you have a really wild, powerful horse, you have to meek the horse. Now this is really important because when he started talking about this, the whole idea of every great leader first has every great leader is first a great follower opened up. And this is what he said. He said, when you have a horse that's unbridled and the power is going this way and this way, it's all unfocused. If the horse is very powerful horse, you have to meek the horse. You have to focus the horse. You have to take that strength of the horse and you have to bring it into bridled power so that you can direct it. And I thought, oh, that's a good thought right there. Isn't that so true? Inside of every single one of you is a powerful, strong leader. But sometimes what's ended up happening is because you have not first become a great follower, your power is going this way and that way and going all different types of directions. But right now you have the opportunity of finding a great leader to follow and meek yourself in the sense of let that person, let that leader meek you in the sense of guiding and directing your inner power, your strength, that force, that vigor that's inside of you to be someone great and to direct you into your destiny. Now I love this. I love this example of leadership when it's given first from the perspective of servitude. When you look throughout history, the greatest leaders were always servants of their people. The greatest leaders were always willing to serve. And that's the great thing about leadership, is that great leaders are first great followers. How do they learn to serve the masses? By learning to follow the great leader and serve the great leader. If you skip that step, then you cut out your ability to become a great leader. You will only go so far in your leadership development because you have not imparted enough inside of you through the submitting of another one. Now, I think it's so interesting when we talk about being submitted, because when we think about submitted, we think of something that's kind of weird, or we think of something that's weak and feeble. We always think of these words like meekness and submission as a feeble word. But one of the greatest part about it is when you are submitted and when you are meek, you are bowing your pride down, you are humbling yourself, and you are allowing someone that's greater who's been there, done that, to lift you up. Because this is the key. Every great leader lifts people up. You're going to hear me say that so many times because it's the best thing that you can ever hear, is that great leaders lift you up. And I want to leave you with that thought because right now inside of you, inside of each and every single one of you, is a great leader. You have a great leader inside of you. Some of you are already on that path to become a great leader. But the first thing you need to do is follow a great leader and allow yourself to be meek, focused and directed, to take that power that's inside of you and to guide and direct it to an objective, to the becoming of a great leader that's already inside of you. So you guys have a good day. That's the thought for today. Bye-bye.